Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to talk about a fun soccer team. I can't believe when we started this podcast last season, I had no idea that this would ever be fun. DPG, how are you feeling? We beat. Tell the people what happened. Tell them what happened. Act like they've been in a coma for 3 weeks.
So, if you were expecting the Fire to take 3 L's home, you will be sorely mistaken. Like, the Fire are taking 3 W's home. And if you, again, it's against Dallas. The Acosta filled Dallas team got the 3 points. A Toronto team that is trying to revive whatever is left in the season got the 3 points. And then
what happened?
You had a Vancouver team that was sitting on the top, undefeated. Now, before you give me that crap that, oh my God, they were missing players, they had injury bugs.
I mean, they were missing players.
Yeah, so were we. We were missing Acosta. We were missing Brian Gutierrez. We were literally signing Fire 2 players to short-term contracts just to make the roster.
Class of 25.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you're relying on a few players to keep your team afloat on the top, that means that your team has no depth. Because the Fire managed to win the game using Fire 2 players and a bunch of kids.
I mean, we talk about the Fire 2 players, but Chris Brady is still a child. Brian Gutierrez is still a child. These are
he
kids.
Didn't play.
Barroso was a big signing, but he still was a developmental
22.
thing. We have a youth movement that you said it. I was too embarrassed to say it out loud, but I was thinking the same thing. You were like, we got a class of 92 on our hands. It feels
we
like
might. We got Orhel. Like, the kid's been sitting on the bench for 2 years. I thought he was gonna be a failure. I thought we were gonna get rid of him.
Who knew?
Holy crap! Who knew? Like, the kid
Who knew
could
if
play.
he was the best player on the team?
Yeah. So it's true what they say. You get the right coach in the right environment, and you can make magic happen.
Oh.
And that's what's going on. You even got Tom Barlow making runs. Like, the man is like chasing the ball like a dog chasing a bone. It's just like, you can't stop it.
No, he. Oh, okay. So hold on. So specifically, we're going to talk about the Vancouver game. We went into Vancouver, like we just said. So we are in the FEMA portion of our injury apocalypse. Like, we are coming out of it, right? And
we were missing Acosta. We were missing Brian Gutierrez. Andrew Gutman was playing hurt.
Yep.
He was that.
I mean, we were missing Glasgow. Like, one of the kids, Amari Glasgow, one of the impressive kids was out. Like, we were missing. I mean, Zink went down, right?
Haile Selassie was coming out of injury.
Yep.
And Zink was coming out of Zink missed the last game, I think.
So some crazy stuff happened. Hugo Cuypers scored in the first minute. It was sick. It was amazing.
Holy crap! It's like, that's all we need Cuypers to do. Just stick his leg out, and that's it.
I don't care how ugly all these goals are. Just keep pouring them in, baby. Hugo is the man. Dude, Hugo Cuypers.
You set him up. He knocks him down.
He does, dude. He does. Hugo Cuypers is the signing we thought he was last year. We knew he needed help around him. And now that he's got it. Like, Bamba, I know this wasn't Bamba's best game, but God, Bamba really, he really takes the attention away. He takes the attention away.
He pulls players. He pulls defenders.
And he's always in the spaces. He's always in the right spaces. he's always got room to run when you pass him the ball. And he doesn't always. Sometimes he'll step on it and turn it back.
Or he'll
But, like,
pass it to Andrew
honestly, he's
Gutman.
always got room anytime they get him the ball. And that's, like, not just a him thing, but the team is seeking him out. Anyway, the team is seeking him out in the best possible spots, which is that is Berhalter ball doing good Berhalter ball things.
When you're forced to double team him, you're pulling a defender, from your line to double team him. So all of a sudden, now you have midfielders trying to defend.
Well, you got Cuypers making a good run. Either you can get the ball at Cuypers, or guess what? You got Zink and Gutierrez, but not in this game. But Zink and Gutierrez
coming from behind.
From behind,
yep. You got Gutman. Yeah, you got Gutman coming down the left wing. You got Brian Gutierrez, and God forbid you send it to the right side because now you got Barroso.
Barroso is the revelation. So okay. First and foremost, because I want to slightly go in order. So the Barroso is going to come back up. Zink scored a goal, which
who set it up though?
It was a pretty good one. I was impressed.
Who set up Zink?
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't remember.
Barroso.
Oh,
on that right wing.
That's beautiful, dude. Barroso is everything. Like, so Zink is still up and down. He scored a goal. He's still I guess he's had up and down performances. He's kind of like he's not fully exactly what we had hoped he possibly could be, but he's still coming good. It's still not like a bust of a signing, that's phenomenal to say. Then you move backwards, and Barroso is the revelation at right back that we were sold. We were sold that was the answer, and he is the answer. And then scoring on his debut, and really almost scoring on the first touch,
a few minutes before that, yes,
of the season, his first touch of the season. Raquelme, it's not Raquelme, it's Romanique. It's Romanique Kouame, and Kouame comes in, and I had been terrified because I heard he was going to compete, and I'm like, with who? Pineda? But he looks everything of the center midfielder we have been screaming.
When I saw that first shot he did, I was like, okay, this cat's serious. Like,
first touch the ball, he puts it upper 90, and the goalie, keeper has to make
the goalkeeper.
A save.
I don't think he was expecting it. He wasn't. He had to make that diving save. And man, it's just you got that guy coming off the bench.
No, it's because he's coming back from injury.
He's coming back from injury.
I guarantee he starts Saturday.
I bet you if Acosta's injured right now. He's probably gonna be on the bench. I think he started training again.
Well, but I mean, tomorrow will be the press conference of all this information that we need to preview the game.
Yeah. So based on the good folks at Men in Red reporting, they did mention that Acosta was training with the team, which is a good sign. But man, all of a sudden our midfield looks a little stacked. I want to see. I mean, you got Zink, you got Bamba, you got Guti, you got Acosta, you got Kouame, you got Glasgow. Who am I missing? You got Orahel.
Orahel and Williams. I mean, Williams, I think, is going to go back to Fire 2. But, I mean, you got...
I don't know how long they're going to keep him. Fire 2. Like, if they don't sign him this year, they're going to sign him next year for sure.
The kids are all right. And then the best part about it is the signings are actually the players we thought they would be. At least, I mean, we're jumping we are jumping the gun on Kouame.
We're jumping the gun, but think about it. We have 3 road wins in a row.
I don't remember the last time that happened. I don't know if it's ever happened.
I don't either. Like, we're literally matching like our road wins for like the past 10 years.
I know, and
it's only March.
And listen, Columbus, we are ahead of Columbus, but we are in 5th. Columbus is in 6th. That Columbus loss is looking a lot better though, because Columbus has looked good. So we lost in Columbus. We tied at home off of a miracle bicycle kick, right? And then we proceed to win 3 road games. This team,
it's like the team got pissed off.
yeah, this
Like,
team is
not this again.
way better than I thought it was going to be. I am pleasantly surprised. I am eating all the crow I can because this is a revelation. And then
I think so. Here's the thing: we have walked into these predictions. I remember the Dallas one. I don't think anybody said we were gonna walk away with a win. I think we were all saying lose, and I think I said a draw. And then look what happened. Like, I literally saw that game. I was watching that game, and I was losing my shit, in the living room. And then obviously we were expecting to win at Toronto. But, obviously being a Fire fan, you get that gut feeling like, oh my God, this team is so bad.
An interconference road game, you don't expect to win. You expect to tie, even against the Toronto.
Yeah. So, like, you're thinking, oh my God, a good thing just happened. We can't have a good thing hit twice.
You're not wrong.
I've seen that scenario so many times with the Fire. Like, the games that we should win, we lose. More often than not. But then look what happened. Again, we pulled it out. We won. And we were losing.
You're right. We did come from behind. This team has got guts. This team has got gusto. Oh my God.
And then when you think, oh my God, this team could only come back when they're losing, look what happened against Vancouver.
Oh my God.
We were winning at the first minute,
Then we gave up a goal and we didn't crumble. We came back out in the second half and played much better soccer.
And the craziest thing is that when I see Tom Barlow come in, I don't just hit doom and gloom anymore. Like, I literally say, oh my God,
I
something's
still
cooking.
would like a much better second striker. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. I will love a second striker, but if our midfield could, for the meantime, fill in the gap. Like, I don't mind Tom Barlow, like, making runs. Like, if he could pull defenders towards him, that opens up the midfield for anybody else to score.
Yeah, him and Gutierrez, I don't know if they've shared the field very much, but that would be a very beneficial relationship to Guti because he'd most likely be open for that second run to shoot,
Yeah.
But,
So I think it's fair to say that a lot of Fire fans don't know how to feel at this point. Like,
what is this feeling? Joy? I don't
it's
recognize this.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, like, what can I do to myself? Like, oh, are we good again?
Oh my God, we're good again. Wait, what? Anyway, yeah, I want to say, listen to all this excitement, all this happiness that we've talked about. We have yet to literally bring up the best player so far, especially these last 3 games. Chris Brady has been a brick wall. Chris Brady has been
You talk about a man that blocked a penalty against Dallas.
You're right. Oh, I forgot about that. They had him dead to rights in that Toronto game, and he had a massive, like, point blank save. And even in the Vancouver game, he had a pretty sick save. I mean, was that a free kick? There was like a free kick or like there was a quick shot, and he had to get up off his line and bat it away. And he got off the line and punched that one away. That was really dangerous. Like, he is playing and he's passing the ball without giving it up. Like, Chris Brady is kind of the truth. We're going to lose him very soon.
Hey, but there's one thing about this Fire team that somehow we have good backup goalkeepers. And I'm not talking about the guy that's sitting on the bench, Gall.
No.
But I think we got that one kid that we drafted or something, or we
have
another kid that's good.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
We loaned him out to not Indy, to Omaha or somebody.
Yeah. So it's not the end of the world. And again, we have other players to fill in the gap. But I'm not saying that, oh my God, let's get rid of Chris Brady. I'm just saying if the time comes where we have to part ways, we're not going to be, the sky's not going to be falling.
It depends, my man. I feel like somebody's going to back up the Brinks truck. And The stars are aligning, because here's the thing. I've never been a huge fan of this guy, but like I still feel like this is really smart. The stars are aligning. You sell Chris Brady for ungodly amounts of money. Matt Turner isn't playing anywhere and desperately needs a place to play. Sounds perfect to me. You get Matt Turner, pennies on the dollar, and you sell Brady for, his weight in gold.
Yeah. So, so my thing is, we're facing Montreal, who's a last place team,
Last place team.
who had just fired their head coach, and their assistant coach is going to take over. Now, the Fire fan in me says this smells and sounds like a trap game.
It does sound like. Here's the thing: had the normal order of things happened, if we had gotten those first 2 road wins, and been shocked, and then just got stomped by a good Vancouver team, then I would have said, it doesn't matter what Montreal is. They could have hired Jose Mourinho, and we're still winning that game. But you're right. After winning 3 road games, it's like, okay, when's the shoe gonna drop? You know what I mean? But I can't bet against it, dude. Montreal is in shambles. We're getting some of our better players back from injury. This is. I mean, it's gonna be in the rain. It's gonna be in the rain, which is ugly. And I don't know, man. I don't think there's any possible way we don't win this game. Hugo Cuypers will score.
I'm gonna have that ugly feeling in my stomach because, again, I'm not used to having this much of a success for the Fire team this early in the season. We kind of go through a spell in the summer, in the deadbeat of summer. When we win 2 games.
That fake run that we make
mirage
every year.
Kind of situation. The Heat mirage BS, but it's only March.
These are serious points to stack up in March, right? And
it's just
especially when some of these kids like Orihel hits a wall and literally is like, I can't walk anymore. You know what I mean? When these kids hit a wall and we don't have that backup for when Kwame is out of game or Zink is down for a couple weeks, we're going to lose a few games. We're going to lose a few games in the summer.
I think we're still eligible for a U22 player and a DP player.
We're signed up for 2 DPs and 4 U22s, meaning we do have a spot for a U22, but come the next transfer window, we could file to switch that, which I would like to. We are already so lucky on the kids. Don't take another gamble. Don't bring some kid who's gonna just poison the well here, which is
gonna ruin the locker room.
Yeah, exactly. Just get a DP signing here. Get a real professional.
Yeah, don't bring Gio Reyna because we don't want his dad to talk crap.
Listen, it'll never happen, never. But if the Chicago Fire got Gio Reyna with Greg Berhalter, it would be the hottest story in the soccer world, for real.
I will love to be a fly in that locker room.
Oh, God. Well, it really seems like Gio kind of what it really kind of feels like is Gio threw the typical player tantrum. Literally, if my boss kind of said some shit to me that I didn't like, I'd throw a little bit of a tantrum too, right? And then you come back and then you just work. You'd come back, you work, it's fine. Everybody's like, oh yeah, he was pissed off yesterday, whatever. But then I think the parents are what made the situation a real situation. I really think it was just Reyna was not in the right headspace. He was being a baby. He wasn't playing well, so he wasn't going to be a part of it. And he was told that to thinking, okay, well, this will help him understand where he is in life. And it didn't. And then the parents blew it out of proportion. I really think Gio Reyna could play for Greg Berhalter, honestly, but not while his parents are still alive.
That's cold, man. So overall, I think what we're seeing so far, and then by no means is this a complete team. You add more good pieces to this team, and it's gonna be hard not to say, hey, you know, this team can compete now. Like,
We need another kind of Omar Gonzalez type, but just like 3 years ago, right? Like
yeah,
we need another kind of
you
MLS
need you
lifer.
need, or not even that. You kind of need another Rafa Shiholz on his first season in
Okay,
MLS.
well, yeah, it would be nice to sign a good defender. Like so let's bring up something that like I praised Bearhalter Ball earlier. But there was something that happened in every one of the games that just scared me to death. We
Playing out of the
dropped
back.
back too early in every one of those games. We parked the bus far too early and just said, "Cool, yeah, shoot at us. I don't care." And it worked, but it won't always, because if you do that in the playoffs against a good Miami team, against a Cincinnati team, against
They're gonna
a
kill
good
you.
team, you're going to lose. And I guess that's where we are. We're a decent talented team that will lose to good teams, right? That is our lot in life currently. But we are on the come up, and I would love to see that get more. But it scares me, man. We sit back too early. It just scares me. I'm terrified. We play around with the ball in the back too much, too late in the game, too early in the late stages of the game. It freaks me out, and I feel like we're gonna get burned once or twice on it. But again, it's MLS. There's playoffs. That shit kind of doesn't matter, like it would in like the
Yeah.
Premiership. So,
So, like I said, I'm excited. Um, man,
but you're not
this
going
is it.
because it's gonna
I'm
rain, and
not.
you're
I'm
not
not
gonna
going.
drag your child.
It's gonna rain. I'm not gonna get my kid sick in the rain. Um, he like when I said, "Oh, this is a fire game this Saturday." He like his ears perked up and jumped up like, "Oh, this is a fire game?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So you can't ditch
I
him. You can't go hang out in the rain yourself. Yeah, I feel you. I'm going. I think I'm gonna
yeah.
get ditched. I don't think my girl's coming with me. I think she's like rain cool. Yeah, no, I'm not going.
I'll just you know what? I'll get a bag of popcorn. I'll get a gourmet soda. I'll watch it from my living room. I'll scream at the TV, and yeah, and
No,
I'll
I
be
was
nice.
sick for the first game, dude. I've been itching to go. I mean, I got a
Oh,
bit.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, you missed the DC game. Yeah, yep.
I
That's
did.
okay. In that sense, I don't blame you.
Well,
Okay, like I went.
I got a big week, man. Gonna see Whitechapel on Friday. Got the Fire game on Saturday, and then gonna see Meshuggah and Cannibal Corpse on Tuesday.
So
Mmm.
basically, you're gonna be out of energy by Wednesday.
I will have super tinnitus. I'll be like, what? What? Next episode.
Oh
Anyway.
man.
Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up because you brought it up that Montreal fired their coach. I put in the Drogba part, but that brought up a lot of people were pissed off because they don't think that the coach was the problem. And what they what they think is the problem is $0 have been spent on a DP since 2014, which would mean that's Drogba, right?
Yeah, I think that might have
So
been the
that's the
last
last
DP.
time Montreal paid a transfer fee for a DP. I mean, yes, you can get guys off contract that are free agents. Yes, you can sign pre-contracts, but like, let's be honest about the level of player that Montreal normally has gone after.
Yeah, it's they're not known for splashing money. I mean, they sure as hell not splashing 30 million like an Atlanta or Cincinnati team. You know,
Nope, they're not.
and
They're
look
not doing
and if you
anything.
look at the table, now, that kind of reflects that.
It most certainly does. I mean, like let's be honest. The East looks perfect right now because Chicago's in there, but we got Philly. Well, okay, I take that back. Get the Southern teams out of here. But no, we got Philly. me famously saying the Philly is over party. Philly is done. They're nobodies. Get them out of here. They're Phillies in first place. We got Philly, Charlotte, Inter Miami, Nashville, Chicago, Columbus, New York Red Bulls, New York City, Orlando City. And then just outside of the playoffs, you got Cincy, DC, Atlanta, New England, Toronto, and Montreal. Seems about right except for Atlanta. I feel like that Atlanta thing will turn itself around. I could be wrong though. I don't know. I foresee that Atlanta thing turning itself around. The East,
Yeah.
man, the East is the one thing I do like about the Fire being in the East is tougher. The East is 1,000% tougher every year than the West is, at least since 2015, 2016, right? And I mean, actually, yeah, probably 2015. That's probably when it started. And so we're grinding away against some of these really good teams that, I don't know, man. I think it's good for us. I'm excited again, dude. It feels good to be a fan. Like, there's no more hate watching. There's no more like, here we go again. It's like, what, like, there's possibility. Just like, what could happen? I love it. And
I don't know, man. It's just, it's interesting and strange at the same time. Like I think by now, like if you look back the past 10 years minus 2017, like by now we would have been like, they gotta fire the coach.
Yeah,
We
by
need
now
better
we would have
players.
just been like, X and Y is not working, and we knew it wasn't gonna work when the season started. Like we would have been freaking out. I mean, Hugo Cuypers. Okay, I would like everyone to remember from the Toronto game the goal that Hugo Cuypers scored that was called back for the Phantom Marin Holly Selassie goal.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
No. Oh man. No, go ahead, man. I'm just
I'm sure it's
no.
from the wife.
No, it's not even my. So, I'm in a WhatsApp group chat with my brothers and my cousin, and my brother just got a new job, and for whatever reason, he bought Little Caesars pizza, and we were like, someone said, man, you got that VP salary, but you got to settle for Little Caesars.
It was hot and ready. It was $10.
And someone said, was this your way of teaching the kids about value?
Don't hate. I'm a firm believer on, like, I'm not. Here's my thing. I'm not a foodie. Like, I'm not big into food. So then I might as well eat the cheapest, like, just garbage anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Hugo Cuypers, my friend, had a goal called back, right? That puts him second in the Golden Boot. Like, he had a goal called back.
He's 5 goals in.
If that
and it's March. Yeah, he's 5 goals in, and it's March. Like, this is already half his output from last year.
And he didn't play like the last 6 games of the season. Like, yeah, he's scoring 20 this year. Hugo Cuypers, you heard it here probably after a bunch of other people said it. Hugo Cuypers is scoring 20 goals this season.
Oh my God, it's like you kind of have to add him in that Golden Boot race.
He's number 2. He's behind Ty Baribo, whoever the hell Ty Baribo is. We learned who Ty Baribo is. It was weeks ago, I think. But anyway, in all seriousness, he's in second place, and he'd be tied for first if that goal had gone in, had been counted.
It'll be crazy if we see if Hugo Cuypers scores more goals than Messi.
Well, Messi has had. Oh God, you brought up the Messi. The billboards are everywhere. Like, we have a game Saturday, but the billboards are up already for the Messi game. Now, do we see him this year? Do we finally get to see him? Is he going to be healthy enough to play in Chicago?
I hope the person that bought my tickets gets to see him, because I sold my ticket. Like, it covered half a season ticket for me.
You're a crazy person, dude. I've gone both seasons.
Like I said, last time I tried to go to watch Messi play, it was a horrible experience. Like I mentioned earlier, I was stuck in traffic, like maybe 30 feet away from the stadium, and I was stuck on there for like an hour.
You didn't stay for the Jason Derulo concert?
No, I didn't stay for. God forbid, everybody went there to see the Jason Derulo concert.
I don't know. I want to see him. I've never seen him play. I didn't buy tickets when Argentina plays in Soldier Field because I don't care. You know what I mean? But, like, I got season tickets to the Fire, and Miami comes once a season. Like, I'd love to see him play soccer, dude. It was dope seeing
I could
What?
watch him, see him. I could watch it on TV. Like I'm not a Messi fan. Like honestly, and like I think a lot of people already kind of over that whole Messi mania stuff. Like
It's
we
not
kind of
about
want to go
Messi
back
mania.
to
It's about seeing a guy who was the best player in the world at one point and is still probably in the top
cool.
10.
I also think Maradona was the best player and one of the best players in the world. You don't see me trying to like, oh my god, I gotta see this man play one more time in my life in person.
Like, I mean, I would have like
Back in the day,
in World
back in the
Cup
day.
'94 before he got kicked out. Like, I would have been trying to
Hey
see.
man, everybody got their moments, you know,
Man,
or or lack
R.I.P.
of.
Diego Maradona, man. R.I.P.